The fog lay thick over the village, shrouding everything in a ghostly haze. Neng stood on the hill, watching the rooftops of familiar houses barely visible through the mist below. The dim lights glowed faintly, casting weak halos that seemed to disappear into the fog as quickly as they appeared. In the silence, with only the whisper of the wind through the trees, a chill seeped through him. It felt like the entire village was holding its breath, waiting for something or someone. His footsteps felt heavy as he took a cautious step forward, the weight of unseen eyes pressing down on him. Mai Yiay stood on the ridge as dawn's first light stretched across the valley, illuminating the village far below. The rooftops and winding paths looked quiet and unassuming from here, but she could sense the darkness festering beneath. The chill of the morning air settled around her, and she wrapped her arms around herself, feeling the weight of everything they'd discovered so far. It wasn't just the deaths that troubled her, but the silence, the way people turned their backs, choosing fear over truth. She thought of Neng's words, his determination to find answers. Maybe she had hesitated before, but now, looking out over the village, she felt something shift inside her. She wouldn't be a bystander. If they were to find out what lay hidden here, she'd have to walk beside him, even if it meant facing the unknown. In the quiet dawn, Neng leans against the bamboo fence, his arms crossed, as he gazes out over the vast mountains shrouded in mist. The muted, foggy blues of the distant peaks stretch endlessly before him, creating a serene yet mysterious backdrop. His figure, calm and grounded, contrasts the ethereal landscape, and a sense of introspection lingers in the stillness around him, as though he stands on the edge of his own unanswered questions, searching for clarity in the mist. Inside a dimly lit, rustic Hmong village elder's house, Neng stands quietly in shadow, his gaze fixed on a small, weathered wooden box partially hidden in the corner. The room is filled with suspense, the muted earthy tones of the wooden interior and soft, flickering light creating a mysterious atmosphere. Neng's figure is silhouetted against the shadows, his expression intense as he contemplates the box and its secrets. The room creaks slightly, hinting at the weight of unspoken stories. Under the deepening dusk, the valley lay shrouded in mist, tinted with soft hues of violet and gold. From the ridge, distant lights in the village flickered on, each glow a quiet testament to those still awake, some perhaps waiting, others fearful of what the night might bring. Shadows crept gently over the landscape, blending with the lingering light in a serene yet haunting embrace. Mai Yiay cradled the charm in her palm, feeling the cool, worn edges that had been smoothed by generations of hands. Her mother's words echoed in her mind, a soft murmur about its power to ward off darkness. Yet, as she traced the faded lines etched into the metal, a quiet dread settled within her, the weight of her family's buried fears pressing down, as if each touch had left a whisper of caution, a warning she could only now begin to understand. A soft rustling breaks the eerie silence in the mist-shrouded graveyard, and Neng stands motionless, his hand resting on the cold, worn surface of an ancient grave marker. His gaze sharpens, catching sight of faint footprints trailing off into the shadows, barely visible in the dim light. The air is thick with suspense, the scene wrapped in a quiet mystery as the mist curls around him, blending with the muted tones of dusk. Mai Yiay's breath caught as she stepped into the abandoned ritual hut. Faded symbols were scrawled across the walls, their broken lines casting eerie shadows in the dim light. Each mark felt like an echo of a forgotten spell, lingering in the bones of the place. The air was thick with mystery, the hut itself a silent testament to an ancient, unsettling past. The chief's ledger lay open, each name and date scrawled in faded ink. Neng traced the ink with his fingertip, a growing dread in his eyes as he recognized the names, each one a reminder of someone who had vanished or died. The dim light cast deep shadows over the scene, amplifying the gravity of the moment and the eerie silence surrounding him. The moon cast a cold, ghostly glow over the clearing, illuminating a circle of stones arranged with unnerving precision. Mai Yiay and Neng exchanged a glance, tension etched in their faces as they felt the weight of countless unseen eyes that had witnessed the secrets of this haunting place. Shadows deepened around them, enhancing the eerie silence that hung in the night air. A chill swept over the silent village as a faint, haunting cry pierced the night, echoing from the distant fields. Neng bolted, his heart racing, fear and adrenaline twisting within him as shadows thickened, turning every corner into a lurking menace. The village lay bathed in a cold, unsettling glow, each shadow holding a threat yet unseen. By the ancient banyan tree, Mai Yiay kneels in discovery, gently lifting a tarnished, broken-chained locket from the dirt. The light filters softly through the branches, casting shadows over her contemplative expression as she gazes at the faded photograph within. A woman with a face marked by sorrow and secrets, a piece of the past now revealed. The scene feels hauntingly serene, the weight of history and mystery filling the air. The ritual candles cast flickering shadows across the room, each flame breathing life into the eerie symbols etched on the walls. Neng's hand trembles as he raises the candle, his gaze locked on the hollow shadows, sensing something ancient and foreboding in the dim glow. The air is thick with an unsettling silence, every shadow hinting at secrets long buried. The village well looms in stillness under the moonlight, its water a dark, silent mirror. Mai Yiay, her long hair framing her face, peers cautiously over the edge, her expression a mix of curiosity and trepidation. The faint, eerie reflection of a reaching hand disrupts the surface, sending a ripple that shatters the calm. Shadows cast by the moonlight enhance the supernatural aura, and the scene is laden with suspense, leaving the viewer questioning what lies beneath. In a quiet, dimly lit room of his grandmother's rustic home, Neng sits hunched over an old family journal, its pages yellowed with age. The soft candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows across the faded ink and revealing cryptic warnings scrawled between the lines, warnings of the chief and mysterious, untamed powers. Neng's expression is one of intense concentration, as if the secrets on these pages hold the key to a past long buried. The air is thick with suspense, every corner of the room steeped in an unsettling stillness. Amidst the towering bamboo, Mai Yiay moved with quiet trepidation, her figure blending with the dusk-lit shadows that stretched across the grove. Each rustling leaf seemed alive, whispering secrets from forgotten times, their murmur intensifying as she stepped closer, drawn irresistibly by the unseen. The air was thick with mystery, and as she looked deeper into the grove, shadows danced along her face, mirroring the haunting questions hidden within the leaves' gentle sway. In the dim, fog-laden landscape, the temple bell echoes across the misty hills, a haunting sound that chills to the bone. Neng stands with a tense posture, his back to the viewer, as the ghostly ring seems to reach out, almost summoning spirits. The scene captures a supernatural dread, with the temple and bell casting eerie silhouettes against the fading dusk. From a ridge, Mai Yiay stands, looking out over the village below, her figure highlighted against the misty dusk. The sparse, flickering lights in the village cast a solemn, almost abandoned feel across the valley. She seems to carry the weight of the village's hidden fears, her stance reflecting a quiet resilience. The moment is heavy, tinged with mystery and foreboding, as though each lantern's glow represents families shielding themselves from an unspeakable truth. In the dim glow beneath the chief's house, Neng kneels by a shadowed alcove, his fingers tracing the edges of ritual tools and faded symbols etched into the dirt. The air is thick with the scent of herbs, old and pungent, hinting at a purpose beyond healing. His face is set with quiet dread, eyes narrowing as the meaning of the hidden objects settles over him, thick with foreboding. The silence is unnerving, only broken by his steady breath and the rustle of the earth beneath him, as though even the ground held secrets too dangerous to uncover. Under the towering ancient banyan tree in the mist-shrouded twilight, the elder stands alone, his posture weighed down with fear and remorse. Around him, villagers form a quiet, solemn circle, their traditional Hmong attire blending into the shadows. Flickering lanterns illuminate faces etched with anger and disappointment, casting a glow that turns the scene into a moment of reckoning. The banyan tree looms above, its roots stretching out like spectral arms, symbolizing justice as if the spirits are delivering judgment upon the elder. The moment resonates with haunting gravity, a final act in the story of secrets woven deeply into the village's fabric. In the gentle light of dawn, Neng and Mai Yiay stand on the hilltop, their silhouettes etched against the lifting mist. The village sprawls below them, bathed in a deceptive calm that belies the secrets woven into its fabric. They exchange a quiet, knowing glance, a silent acknowledgement that the answers they've sought are intertwined with this place, concealed in its timeless serenity. The mist retreats slowly, as if unveiling truths hidden just beyond reach, leaving an air of unspoken resolve between them as the village stirs to life.